So the guy that killed Charlie Kirk was just captured a few hours ago, and of course the guy is a white 22-year-old terminally online guy that was raised in a conservative Christian household. Alright, so this is no surprise, but the question I have to pose here to all of these far-right morons like Trump, Laura Loomer, Alex Jones, Steven Crowder, these morons, Andrew Tate too, these morons that were like calling for, some of them like including Tate were like even calling for civil war. All of them claimed in some way, form or another that that shooter was like a trans, someone that with like trans ideology or like a radical left, as Trump said, radical left. Doesn't seem to be the case, you fucking moron. So the guy obviously used a gun to shoot Charlie Kirk, which is unacceptable. Like, I'm not condoning it. I never condone any form of violence that targets civilians. That is like never ever acceptable. That is by definition terrorism. But the gun, it said like they had like meme-ish phrases on it, like, you know, they had like, if you are reading this Lamau or something, or if you're reading this, you are gay Lamau or something like that. They had it on the gun, but like, of course, the right-wingers are never going to apologize or issue a correction for things like this. This is what they do always. They flood the internet and the society with misinformation. They propagandize the public. They lie constantly, and the irresponsible establishment media never does a sufficient job in holding them accountable with facts. So they're just gonna get away with it, like, and the Trump regime is still gonna go along with these lies and like pretend that the radical left is like the problem or something like that. This is what's like really frustrating. Like, you can't just let them go, okay? And the left is so weak and so not like holding their principles even when they don't need to cave. Like, even people like Zora Mamdani, who won the New York City primary, a mayoral primary, and is poised to win in the mayoral election, even he was like, oh, you know, I would discourage people from using the phrase globalize the intifada, because I understood with the important conversation I had with Jewish rabbis that it kind of makes the Jewish people fearful or something like that. Like, Trump, these far-right morons, like, even when they are like completely wrong and they completely spread disinformation like they always do, they never issue a correction. And when people like Zoran, who said nothing wrong, like, what is wrong? Nothing is wrong about the phrase globalize the intifada. It's an aspirational call for the liberation and peace and dignity for the Palestinians. It is not a call for violence. It is not a call for terrorism. I say it every single week in the pro-Palestine protests in the street, and I will continue to do so until Palestine is free and this genocide ends. And I will never let anyone tone police my words, but the left is so fucking weak that they don't even stand on their principles. And then these fucking right-wing morons like Trump, Loomer, Kirk, Jones, all of these morons, they spread misinformation and they never issue a correction. It's so infuriating. And I will never let this go away. And Trump, Loomer, Kirk, Jones, all of these people need to be held accountable, of course, in a non-violent way, in a legal, peaceful way, but they need to be held accountable, and the left needs to stand strong. We never ever spread misinformation, and when we do, we issue a correction, but we like when we are saying nothing wrong, like globalize the intifada or any of these righteous calls for peace and liberation, we never need to apologize. And this is what's so infuriating. Like, I'm sorry, I can't do this anymore. Free Palestine.